I did a couple of experiments on board. I'll be bringing videos in later in the week, I think. But I honestly wanted to know what would happen if you took a drone on a ship, and what would it do? Would it stay put? Would the ship move out from under it? Would it follow the ship? Would it? I don't know. I'm sure there is some kind of formula I could have used, or scientific theories and hypotheses that are out there. But I figured I'm going to be on a ship. I have a drone. Why not just give it a whirl? So I did. I had a room with a pretty tall ceiling. I had it was one of those double rooms. So it went from the living room area, sliders for the balcony, and then up some stairs. I took some pictures. I don't know. And then up some stairs, and then there was a bedroom up there. And so there was a big high, ceiling. So I was like, this is good. This kind of is exactly what I need. It can't get too far away because it's inside the room. So I took it up. No, it's not exactly the room. It's kind of like the room. But, yeah, that's kind of like the way it was. It's not my picture. I didn't need the wheelchair. But that was it. So I took it up, and it did stay in place. It stuck pretty well. I was getting a lot of warnings about magnetic interference, and I think the radar array up on the top of the ship was causing some problems with the compass. But it did stay there. So I got a little more courageous one night and decided, well, let me go to the balcony, and I'll take it up at the balcony and see if I can fly it out over the ship a little bit. Yeah, that's the messy room. That's more like it because it's a mess. That was a little pano of the room. The bedroom is upstairs. That was it. But it's, pretty good. And then, so what was happening was the drone was taking an optical picture of the rug in the room, and that's why it's stuck. So now the balcony's the same thing. I'm on the 17th deck, but I think 3 decks below was some of the ship. There was a putt-putt golf and a basketball court and all kinds of things going on. So I'm over the balcony, and I'm having a hard time keeping it in place, but it's staying. It's taking a little manual flying there. So I took it off the balcony, right? Just a little off the balcony. Now, I'm assuming this is where it did not have the optical reference anymore for the floor of the balcony and didn't have an optical reference 3 floors down. So it took a GPS lock. Now, the GPS lock is on the ocean. It's not the boat. The boat's moving. So the drone starts heading toward the back of the boat at about 18 knots. Now, I still have control over it, but it's really hard to compensate backwards 18 knots. So I just start putting it down. I'm like putting it down. I gently land it on the 7th hole of the putt-putt golf, much to some people's chagrin that were playing on there. A girl picked it up, and she's just looking at me up at the balcony like, what is this? I was like, I'll be right down. I'll be right down. But without that optical lock, you will get a GPS lock. The ship will move right out from under it, and that will be that. There was a video I took from Lauderdale of the Harmony, which is a similar ship, leaving. I put it on my YouTube channel. So if you go there, you'll see. And I was flying out. I saw a boat, so I figured I'd check it out. And then the Harmony comes by, so I flew right next to it. I actually got a little too close because the middle of the boat, see, there it is. This is from my drone. They automatically put the music to it. I don't know what the fuck. But the middle of the boat comes out a little further, so I was skirting the edge of the boat, and then all of a sudden, wow, it kind of gets a little close. I'm very hazardous with these things. But with a little color correction and whatnot, I think this would look better. But this is just raw, right off the drone. This is about a mile out. And
they allowed you to take it on the boat, or they didn't check that?
I don't know.
Oh, I always thought that they like really went through your bags and made sure you're not bringing.
So there's the Harmony leaving. And you'll see, I'm never close enough, boy. I really just want to push the limits. So I go in a little closer, a little higher up, get a little closer, and then I notice that the middle of the boat does kind of come out a bit. See, I can't see that from here. So as I get closer, now you can see the people. This is great. And I'm closer, and oh, what's this? Ah, there's a thing, and there's balconies. I'm such a tool. Oh. So, yeah, that thing kind of goes on. There's same thing like the golf course. My balcony was the corner above the golf course. You could see like the highest point on that middle thing. That one had a water slide and the aqua theater and whatnot. And there it goes, chugging off. And I realized I had best get my drone back to land way over there. Yeah. Yeah. So, the guy, my butler guy, he walked out on the balcony as I was flying the drone in the balcony area for a while, and I landed it, and he's like, "Oh, drone." I was like, "Yeah." I said I took it out on St. Thomas, and you know, it was fun. He goes, "Oh, we had a gentleman that called us asking if he could bring his drone, and the answer was no." I was like, "Well, I guess he was stupid for asking." And he let me. He goes, "There's a lot of countermeasures on board that prevent drones from flying near or on board the ship." I'm like, "You're telling me?" I realize that lickety split. These things are hard to fly on a boat. But they let me take it out, I guess, because it was all folded up. It's the Mavic, so. I mean, they should know what it is, but it is relatively new. It's in a small bag you just wear over your shoulder. It's not like I'm bringing even a Phantom, which is fixed. You look at that thing in a bag, and it's a drone. You look at this, it could be a fan. It could be anything. So they didn't give me any problems about it. But, yeah, I don't think you're supposed to bring them. And then there's no drone zones at a lot of the ports, where you're not allowed to fly it around the ship and things like that. So I didn't, but it was crazy. This is Jack. Let's talk to Jack. Jack from Baltimore. What's up, man? I have to hit it again. Hold on, Jack. Don't start talking yet. There's Jack from Baltimore. What's up?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for putting drone in plans. Yes, you are very smart for doing that. Cruise ship.
I know. Look, I'm not saying this doesn't set a very bad precedent. It's almost like I did a little test for ISIS.
No, yes. You prove very good point. Allow rich Italians to bring their toys on international ships to private people. Yes, that makes sense.
Rich Italian. Thank you. I've never quite heard it put that way, but thank you. Yes, if ISIS, assalamu alaikum to you, malaikum salam, I believe. If their goal is to blow up the little lighthouse on the 7th hole of a putt-putt course, I showed him exactly how to go about doing that.